Hey guys, it's Natalie. Welcome back to my channel for another video. Y'all, today we're talking about how I was able to go full-time within my business within just 9 months. So let's talk about how to maximize our income and then be more efficient with our time. And before we get into today's video, I want to give a special shout out to our sponsor. Thank you, Taylor Brands, for sponsoring today's video. So first of all, let's back up. So I started my business in 2018, and then within 9 months I was able to go full-time. But really the first 4 or 5 months of that was me kind of just treating my business like an option. The next 4 months and doing what I'm telling you guys today is how I was able to go full-time in my business. One of the things I had to get real with myself about was the way I was treating my business like an option. Okay, can any of y'all relate? And you know, life is real. Like, we all have other obligations. At the time I was a teacher. Some of you may have kids or you may have families. So the first thing was creating systems and routines. And one of my routines was, okay, when I leave from work every day, my business is my second job. And so in order to do that, that looked like me having an intentional week. On Sunday, I was setting up my schedule and my routines for the week. And so before the week even began, I looked at my work week and I looked at my weekend business, and on one calendar I put all of my obligations. So if you have children who have extracurricular activities, that needs to go on the schedule as well, because I need to know at a glance what my week looks like so I can know when I can fit in my important business tasks. So for example, if I was going to have a super busy teaching day, whether it was a day I had after school duty or a day I had to do an activity with the kids, I make sure that I put my UPS runs, because I was focusing on my clothing store. I make sure that I did my UPS runs or my client meetings on the other days when my work day was more chill. And so I stopped treating my business like an option. It was another priority. I had other priorities and obligations, yes, as we all do. So I had to find a way to make them go together. Another way I was able to do that, y'all, is with setting systems. And so one day I was packaging up orders and I was like kind of praying, a little upset, and I'm like, God, you know, I want to be further along in my business. I just stopped and looked at what I was doing. I said, okay, right now I'm on my kitchen counter, I'm packaging up these orders, so cute and so slow. If I were to get a rush of virality right now, if I was to get a rush of orders right now, would I be able to sustain that? Do I have the systems in place to be able to know this is what's going to happen? Every time I got a new order, I was thinking about the process in my head. And so I had to set what we call in business SOPs, or my standard operating procedures. I needed to look at every part of my business and ask yourself the same question as well. Looking at everything you do in business, if you got a rush of people coming right now who are interested in you, would you be able to handle that? If somebody came to you right now, if you're an aspiring coach, and said, hey, I need help on doing this, do you know the steps on what you would take them through? Would you just coach them for free in their DMs? Would you send them a link to a discovery call? And so I had to get very clear, like, okay, for every part of my business, from A to Z, how does this thing operate? I had to get some systems in place so that if 10 people came, I can focus on still working in my business. Because the thing is, once you go full-time, you're working. You have to make the money, because in business full-time, what that looks like is you have to split your time until you get a team. You have to split your time between doing income generating activities, the things that are going to actually make you money, but then also fulfilling the promises. It's one thing to market to get a sale. It's another thing to package up the order and to get it out on time. It's one thing to market to get interest in your coaching business. It's another thing to fulfill the needs of that client and meet with them. And so what happens when you have to do both all the time to sustain your business and to grow your business? This is why in the beginning now, having standard operating procedures is extremely important, so that when you're working full-time, you don't have to always stop and say, okay, what's the next step? No, this should be working on autopilot while you're handling this side of your business. Well, I realized quickly that my highest energy levels is later in the evening. So when I was working in my teaching job, around 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., I'm the most productive. but also early in the morning around 6 a.m. The tasks that required me to have a little bit higher concentration levels, like creating a video or coming up with content ideas, I save that for late at night or super early in the morning. And so think about yourself. When are you most productive? What time of day do you feel like you have the most energy? You want to use those time blocks to batch certain activities. So this way you can make sure that you are maximizing your time, but you're also giving yourself grace when needed. And so I had to realize, after school, don't talk to me. When I was a teacher, after school, don't talk to me. I gave myself grace and allowed myself to lay down, rest, and take a nap, as long as I knew, okay, there's still work that needs to get done, so later tonight I'll handle those tasks, but right now I'm resting. In business, there's gonna be things that you need to do that are like income generating activities, and so one of the best ways to be able to go full-time and to spend more time on your business is delegating and outsourcing those tasks that don't really need you. So look in your business to see what activities can you delegate that does not need you to actually make them happen. If you're a new entrepreneur looking to begin streamlining your business processes, if you're looking to outsource some of these administrative tasks, I actually highly recommend Taylor Brands. So Taylor Brands is like the ultimate business builder. They handle a lot of things from like LLC formation and even tax preparation. They can take a lot of these things off of your plate. So a lot of these different administrative tasks that are a struggle for a lot of new entrepreneurs, you can handle over to them, and you're able to save time and energy because they actually help with a lot of contracts and like attorney documents, permits and licenses, even things dealing with your domain name and your website. And one of the main things that I have had to outsource in my business was tax preparation, because y'all, you know, a lot of us were not tax people, we're not accountants, and so they actually have a full finance manager. It helps you keep your invoices together. They help you to prepare your taxes for tax time. And this is one of the main things that I would say is extremely important to outsource, because who wants to be thinking and stressing over finances and these different aspects of your business when we have to be focusing on the things that actually make us money? So take it from me, y'all, do not let administrative tasks slow us down, because this truly can be the year where we can do a lot of things in our business, but it's going to be important to again be strategic with our time. So check out the link down below, y'all. Taylor Brands is offering 35% off select LLC plans only through my link. But another thing that's also a time hack, y'all, is automations. You need to figure out what can you automate in your business. So things like my email list. When somebody joins my email list, they're getting an automatic email saying, hey, welcome to my email. It's set up from the beginning. That way I'm building relationship from the very beginning. Also, other things like on my website, I have a chat feature. No matter who it is, when they come to my website, they get a message saying, hey, it's Natalie, how can I help you today? When they respond, they get another message saying, hey, it may take me a while to respond, enter your name and your email. This goes to everybody. So that way, if I'm away from my computer, if I'm handling work with the client, or if I'm doing anything else, if I'm at school teaching, at that moment, I'm still able to collect their information and communicate with them even when I'm not there. But also, for another huge one that has helped me tremendously that's automated is feedback. Customer feedback, customer reviews are extremely important, especially when you're growing. And so for every single thing that I sell, whether it's a clothing item, a coaching service, a digital product, on all my websites, I have an automatic email set up that goes out to my customer within 5 to 7 days of them buying something, asking them to provide feedback on their order. That way, and I put in there like this could be used for marketing. So I'm always collecting feedback. That way I can always share reviews on my other social media websites to get in new customers, because if you're trying to go full time, you need to be getting more income as well. And this is the way to do that. Multiple streams of income. So very quickly I realized, okay, I want to be full-time in my business, and I need to figure out ways to again maximize how much money I'm making so that I can get to my goal quicker. And so I asked myself the same thing I want you to ask yourself. Looking at who I'm already serving in my business, looking at who my customers already are, what are other ways that I could serve them? So instead of having to go out and do more marketing for different customers, how can I sell other items that these customers would like? And so this is when I created my Fearless t-shirt in 2019, just 2 months before I went full-time in my business. And then I also created my 30-day devotional for faith-based entrepreneurs. And then I also started putting out ebooks and courses. So what about you? Knowing who you serve, understanding your branding is important here. You have to know who it is you serve and who your target audience is and what their needs or their pain points are. And knowing that, what other products or services can you sell and offer and market to this exact same person? This is going to allow you to maximize your income and being able to go full-time in your business faster. Continuous learning and development. So I was the queen of online courses, classes, coaching programs, you name it. Every year up until 2022, I was advancing my learning, and that has been a huge reason why. So just how I'm a coach and I sell ebooks and courses and things like that, I am a true proponent of learning. And so I have taken so many classes and courses that have helped me in specific areas of my business. And so this is extremely important to growing. One thing I'll say is don't get sucked in by the marketing. Before you take a class or a course, know for a fact what is it that you need to work on in your business to grow. So you should be able to look at your business and say, okay, yeah, I'm lacking in branding, or yeah, I'm lacking in systems, or oh yeah, I'm lacking in whatever. What area of your business are you lacking in? And then make sure you find a course or class that specifically helps that area. And so another one, which I'll say is a bonus, because I didn't really do this enough when growing my business and going full-time, but I want to leave this here for y'all, is to, as early as you can, understand and learn what it means for you to have work-life balance. And so I didn't learn this fast enough, and I don't think I did this at all until I burnt out, and now I'm doing this. But I burnt out in my business in about 2021. So we don't want to just go full-time, but we want to sustain our business all the time. And so learn now what self-care and what work-life balance means to you. It doesn't have to be as drastic as going on vacation every week or having the entire weekend off, because sometimes you can't take the weekend off. But maybe that means it's one day where you don't even think about your business, one full day where you can just be yourself, love your people, hang out, and come back to your business later. And if you start to implement those practices now, then you'll start to learn, okay, that just means that during the week, no excuses. So learn now what it means to have a good balance, and start to do that so that when you're growing, those practices are still in place. And so I hope this video has been helpful. My goal is that this is the year that we don't just go full-time, but this is the year that we make large impact in our businesses, and implementing these practices will give you all more time and space to operate in your business at a full capacity to make more impact and a difference with your business. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button down below if you're new to my channel, and don't forget to check out Taylor Brands with 35% off select LLC plans at the link down below, only through my link. So make sure you guys hit that link, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, bosses.